Welcome back to yet another autoculture vlog. Today, once again, we're gonna go and head up to Fuji Speedway to go and check out an event that we also checked out last year. Before we get into that, I just gotta apologize for two things. One, my voice is really screwed up. I'm kind of recovering from a pretty bad cold this week, so if I like sneeze and cough and stuff like that during these videos, really sorry about that. And number two, obviously there's been a lot of vlogs coming out in the last couple of weeks. Everything is completely delayed. I'm trying my best now to catch up with all of these things, especially with January just around the corner and Tokyo Auto Salon and the millions of events that will be happening then. So yeah, please bear with me, and I'll try to get these vlogs out as fast as possible and try to get back on track so we can release in real time as the events are happening. About the same time last year, I attended my very first ever Rs meeting, which happens at Fuji Speedway. Basically a big event that's organized by GTR magazine or whatever it was called. That's all GTRs. So last year's R meeting, I kind of set out with a hope to be able to see the Z-Tune in person, and that didn't disappoint at all. There definitely was a Z-Tune, as you might remember from my video. If you haven't, I'll leave the link down in the description so you can watch it and you can maybe compare how it was between last year and this year. But yeah, they did have an Nismo Z-Tune there. They also had a couple of 400Rs as well. So the event definitely did not disappoint. It was really awesome. So I'm hoping maybe today to see, apart from seeing the Z-Tune again, because I'm pretty sure they always parade the same one around these events every year. I'm hoping to see if maybe Top Secret or another tuner like that will exhibit maybe one of their new 2024 GTRs. I know there's been a couple of shops that have already been working on them, including Veilside as well. Yokomaku-san has already got his hands on the 2024 GTR that's going to be tuning for Tokyo Auto Salon. So it'll be cool to see if Top Secret's already done something, or maybe one of the other tuners, because I have seen the 2024 GTR in person a couple times already at Daikoku. I think people have started getting their cars delivered already. I have also seen the Nismo getting registered at the registrar's office for, you know, obviously the DMV kind of place. So they do actually look really good in person. So I'm hoping to see maybe some of that today. It is a bit of a slow start today. It is already almost 10 a.m. I woke up this morning and it was pouring with rain, so yeah, I couldn't be bothered to get out and go too early. But yeah, it's gonna take about 2 hours to get there because it's already crowded. Let's pick it up again from Fuji Speedway. Not a GTR, but take a look at that Verosa with the camber. Always see something cool on the highway. Great looking chaser, but also here we go. We see our first GTR of the day at 7-Eleven right before Fuji, and it's an R32. And we're finally here. Here we go. Skylines everywhere, GTRs everywhere. I think that's an R30 over there, 4-door. Let's line up and let's go inside and check out all the cool cars. Great looking R34 there. V-Spec tuner. I think this one is kind of rare, I think. Not entirely sure how many V-Spec tuners they made, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the later ones and one of the more rare ones. Let's hear it accelerate. So just got this little pamphlet at the entrance of Fuji Speedway. As you can see, it seems like it's a couple of different events together in one. So power and torque, and you can see an R34 and a truck there. It seems like there's a Japan truck show happening as well at the same time. I'm not sure. I think you'll have to forgive me, but I think the only thing that I'm really interested in today is the Rs meeting. So if we run into any interesting trucks or anything like that, I might kind of show it a little bit. Let's head out. Let's look at the parking lot a little bit here. There are a lot of them, so let's walk through at least this one and see if we can find any interesting GTRs here. Fuji Speedway has like 25 different parking lots, and a lot of them are already full. So there's no way on this earth that I'm going to be able to walk through each one of them. So I'm just going to make my way through this parking lot where I parked my 86. We'll see. I can already see a lot of R34s and R32s and all other kinds of GTRs. So I'll walk through very quickly, see if we can find anything interesting here, and then make it all the way up where the actual event space for the R's meeting is, and we can see some of the cool exhibitions there. Anybody living outside of Japan, how often do you see 4 R34 GTRs together? Not very often. This is going to be the theme today. I'm hoping to see a lot of R34s. Let's see a silver R32, R34, R33. This is a V-Spec. Look at the back of all of these GTRs here as well. I'm actually going to go and take a closer look at this blue R32 because you don't see blue R32s that often at all. Looks great on T37 SLs. Pretty much stock interior, so this car looks great. I didn't know the R32 came in this kind of dark blue color. Very interesting. Looks really good. And have a lot of love for an all black R34 as well. Black Nismo wheels. Lots of Nismo parts, including the hood, the fenders. Just looks so good, doesn't it? This is definitely worth a closer look because at a quick glance, it does look like a Nismo R35, but it's got a lot of things that are not typical of a regular Nismo R35. So the front bumper is like a regular GTR. The fenders are a little bit tampered with, so I wonder if this might be like a maybe like a modified Nismo R35, although I've seen a lot of people like convert their regular GTRs to look like a Nismo, so these might just be like aftermarket parts that make it look like a Nismo, and it's not actually a Nismo, but I'm not entirely sure. It could go either way. Here we go, a couple more R34s. I really like the modified wing stays on this one. Kind of give it a bit of a slightly different look. And a spoilerless R32. It kind of almost looks like a drag car a little bit. There's a Stagia peeping out from here. Let's see if it has an R34 front. No, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it's just a Stagia. Here we go. 2024 GTR. It's just a regular GTR, not a T-Spec, but of course you can tell it's the new one by these little fog light, position light, whatever the hell they are. It's definitely grown on me a lot more, although, yeah, it still feels like it's not much of an upgrade on the previous model. Not GTRs, but worth a quick look. 4-door R34, kind of stanced, as well as an R33. See, like case in point, this is an actual real Nismo R35, so you can see the front bumper is completely different, and they usually keep the fenders quite simple. I think this is probably like a 2018 or 2019, and then I think the 2021 had the kind of fender shark fins on the front, but apart from that, this is what a real Nismo GTR is supposed to look like. So yeah, I do think the one earlier was definitely not a real one. Here's one car that we didn't see too much of last year. This is an absolutely beautiful Hakosuka GTR right here. Look at this, it's completely like brand new interior. I don't see like anywhere on this car even has steelies on. It's like completely stock and brand new. Holy crap. This is absolutely beautiful. Take a quick look at this R32 on LMGT4s, as well as this one that's also on LMGT4s. I think I like it better in all black compared to the white. Nice trio of R32s here with Fuji-san, Mount Fuji just behind. Getting some really nice photos at this parking lot today. I'm really happy. It's really nice to have the Mount Fuji in the background of all these shots. Oh, here we go. Midnight Purple. This is what everybody wants, isn't it? I don't know how to distinguish between Midnight Purple 1, 2, and 3, but this definitely is a Midnight Purple. You can just see how it changes colors. It doesn't have that slightly greenish tinge to it when you walk around, so I'm assuming that this is not Midnight Purple 3, but one of the first two, I guess. Or maybe I'm just talking random stuff and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Who knows? Nice to see a Midnight Purple car here. It's a good sounding R33 passing by now. And kind of a slammed R35 as well. Whew, look at this thing. Definitely not a GTR. That's a crazy wide body kit on this. Never seen this before. Gotta take a quick look at this one as well, an R33 with a custom front bumper. It looks a lot like the custom front bumpers that Garage TBK makes. And you know what? It is, because I just spotted their sticker on the side window as well. Yeah, here we go. That's really nice to see. This guy's a serious dude for sure. Another black on black R34 GTR. Again, full Nismo bits on it. We're almost out of this parking lot, I promise. It's just that I had to stop by to look at the first Millennium Jade R34 of the day. God, this color is so awesome. I might even like it more than Midnight Purple, actually. Millennium Jade, I've seen other cars in it as well. It looks great. Look at these center lock wheels as well. Wow, this is a really nice car. This might be my favorite R34 so far now. Stunning. Oh, here we go. More treasure. Here's another Midnight Purple R34. That's a huge exhaust in the back. Love the titanium, goes really well with the purple. Looks like completely stock wheels and stock everything else, except for this carbon fiber hood, I guess. Another 4-door R34. Gonna skip that one to take a look at this wild R32. And it's actually not my first time seeing this car. This is not a GTR apparently, but it is still absolutely mental. Look at this. Wow. Ridiculous amounts of like aero and stuff. Side exit exhaust on the other side, of course. Just super cool. And one final detour before we leave this parking area to take a look at this NSX. I know it's not a GTR, but still worth a look, especially because it's not a Honda. It's an Acura NSX, so left-hand drive, imported from probably the States, where else? And it's an NA1 with the pop-up headlights as well. Well, we got close to the main place now. We're on the other side of the track, other side of where the main event's going on. There's a few things exhibited here, so let's take a look very quickly. There's something very interesting right in front of me right now. There are actually two Ital Design GTRs down here, as well as the 2024 Nismo GTR, probably one of the ones that we've already seen at Tokyo Auto Salon. But look at that, GTR 50th anniversary, two of them by Ital Design. That's absolutely crazy. I've only seen one of them, obviously. I can't remember if it was one of the Tokyo Auto Salons, but I've never seen this one in blue, that's for sure. Black and gold as well. Something definitely new going on here. Get a bit of a zoom with my camera. Sorry if it's a little bit shaky. And take a look at this black and gold one as well. I wish they were outside and off the truck, not on the truck. Really difficult to see or get any photos of them. Might be able to get a little bit closer to them here. Blue Ital Design GTR. And look at this carbon wheel. And you can see a lot of the carbon fiber on the front bumper. It's actually painted blue as well. Since the 35 Nismo up there has a number plate, I wonder if these guys are going to get delivered or if they're going to be owned by someone soon as well. Look at this kind of like gold carbon fiber to match the golden stripes, as well as this golden / carbon fiber wheel too. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Looks like Rocky Auto is here with a Ken Mary Skyline. Looks super cool. Again, another pristine condition, old classic Skyline GTR. Really difficult to see them at all now. Looks like there are some non-Nissan / GTR cars here in the pits for the racing course. A couple of Mazdas here. Wow, there's some classic cars here. Wow. I don't even know what half of these are. Definitely looks like FBs or SA22C RX-7s. Take a look at that. I think that's an RX-3, and then we have a Hakosuka Skyline as well. We can see the fronts of these cars. This looks a lot like the Le Mans car that I saw back for one of the Sevens days. except the one I saw was in a slightly different paint variation. These are some like classic race cars, man. I've never seen most of these in my life. And then take a look at this Mazda Cosmo. Absolutely amazing. Oh my god, there's more and more. Look at these R32s. Best motoring apparently. Oh, this might be Tsuchiya's car. Pretty sure that's Tsuchiya's helmet. That's awesome. It's always cool to run into some friends who just educated me that this is actually an original Nismo tuned R32. So it's not like a restored version or anything like that. It's the original R32 by Nismo. Now, it definitely looks a little bit lower. You can see the exhaust is slightly different, but apart from that, it's really difficult for me to tell what the difference is, except for the holy sticker. But apparently this is a huge deal as well. So, and on top of that, this indeed is Keiji Tsuchiya's R32. I'm assuming this is a real 190e Evo 2 race car. I've seen a couple recently at Daikoku show up, the obviously homologation street legal versions, and this is what the race car looks like, I guess. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what these things are, but they look super cool. And here we are, finally at the main event space. Let's walk around like last year and take a look at anything interesting that might be here. And right away we go into deja vu mode, as the same Z-Tune as I expected is yet again present here. Never ever get tired of seeing this legend in person. And then you have the 400R that was here last year as well. Just two monumental legends right here. A lot of R34s on exhibit here by different companies. Nothing that stands out hugely to me, but let's just see one of them up close. Super clean engine bay. Just so many nice R34s to look at. Another Millennium Jade. Looks like a single turbo conversion on this one. And then I saw this one at the 34 Matsuri earlier in the year in March. If this man moves, then we'll be able to see that. It is kind of like a Z-Tune lookalike, except it's a four-door. So they kind of joked around and called it a four-door Z-Tune. Yeah, I actually kind of like it. A couple of time attack machines here that we saw last year as well, including that R32. So might as well skip them and take a look at some of these cars that we weren't able to look at too closely. It's a nice, again, R34 by Auto Select. And then I wonder if this is the original R34 from Auto Select that they used to run back in the day. It looks exactly the same, and I think it really might actually be the old school time attack car. If it is, I'm so starstruck right now. That looks amazing. And we have MCR, Matchless Crowd Racing, here with their old Nismo R35. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I was hoping to see a new 2024 GTR Nismo that's been tuned. And this is the first one we see now. Now that the crowd's kind of subsided a little bit here as well, we can look at some of these Nismo Clubman race spec cars. So they have the kind of Nismo refreshed, modified, whatever you want to call it, R34, R33, and R32. And as the parts list here on the R33 at least says, there's a lot of chassis parts from Nismo, exhaust, and those kinds of like small little bits and things added to these three refreshes. So we can see the mine's R34 up close as well. I really like these race wheels. Racing obviously, I don't know what they're called, but they look super nice on this car. And right off the bat, we have another one. Not sure who built it, but it's got a lot of the Rays wheels stickers and stuff on it, so I'm guessing that it's probably the Rays GTR. Looks like they're showing off the new Nismo GTR with their wheels. Of course, Jun Auto is here as well with their yellow GTR. They're very much all about the GTRs now. And here we go, Top Secret is here. This is their old GTR that they've kind of exhibited at the Tokyo Auto Salon as well. So I don't see that they've brought out, or maybe they just don't have the 2024 one yet, maybe, who knows. It's a bit difficult to get closer to it right now because of the interview that's going on with Tsuchiya, but it is actually an HKS 0R. Wow. This might be just as rare as the C-Tune earlier. Yep, it absolutely is. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Is this the actual new Nismo Fairlady Z, or is it just the Nismo packaging, I wonder? It says Fairlady Z Nismo, so I guess this might be it, but it says overseas model. What does that mean? I think this might be the actual Nismo Fairlady Z. I love it. I actually really, really like it. Except this one's not a manual, it's an automatic, but that's fine. I love this little ducktail they did on the back. That looks really nice. I would totally drive this. Looks like we have a Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline replica as well. The wheels are slightly different and maybe a couple of other things, but I'm not one of those people who likes to nitpick about these things, but actually according to the plaque, it's not even a GTR despite it having an RB26. It's actually an ER34 that's been swapped with an RB26. Looks like a 2.8 liter HKS stroker kit and a bunch of other things that they've got in here. We have another midnight purple one, which we're gonna skip, and let's take a look at the full carbon R32. Saw this one at Fuel Fest briefly. Just 100% carbon. And here we go, there's another one. There's 3 in total today. Ital Design R35s. This one is fully black though. So there you go, tells you what it is. It's kind of like got this flake, kind of like a metallic flake black on it. Absolutely stunning. I have no idea who Ryuki Japan is, but clearly they either own or co-own or whatever one of these. I think it's like, I don't even know how much this would cost, like more than $1 million for sure. We have a bunch of nice modified R35s here now. Gotta give some love to them as well. This is probably cool racing as far as I know. And then a nice clean blue 2024 GTR. I think this might be my favorite color, obviously the new rendition of a Bayside blue for the R35, but yeah, apart from the Millennium Jade, I think this is definitely what I would have it in. It's another R33 with the Garage TBK front bumper. And then finally we can walk around and see some of the cars that people have brought, like, you know, personal cars, their own cars to exhibit. I think immediately I want to take a look at this R32. Look at that bumper burn from the exhaust. That is crazy. And let's take a look at this one very quickly as well. Well, let's watch this guy go away. Sounds great. And as I was saying, let's take a look at this one as well. This is a R33 GTR LM, limited edition R33. Can't remember how many of them, maybe like a couple hundred if I remember correctly, were made. This is the V-Spec. They also have a V-Spec 2 of it. Absolutely love this green one. I actually follow the owner on Twitter. Now, this is actually a GTR, so it's not an ER34 or anything like that, and yet he uses it as a drift car. Yeah, I know, sounds crazy, but I'll link his Twitter in the description. But this green is absolutely beautiful, first of all. Second of all, using this as a drift car, can you believe it? And then you take a closer look at this R33 to end things off here at the owner section, and there's already a lot of cars missing. Maybe a bunch of people just came, showed off their cars, and left very early. Nice kind of purplish R33. Probably one of the nicer ones I've seen today. As we make it back towards the parking to head home, we're gonna just get some rolling shots, and there's a lot of R34s, a lot of GTRs already heading back home now, so there's a lot of them just driving by as we're walking back down to the parking. So that kind of wraps up ours meeting 2023. I actually kind of enjoyed it a little bit more than last year. I think I spent a good portion of the video going just through this parking lot, which I hope you guys enjoyed, because the demo cars were pretty much almost exactly the same as last year, with the exception of a couple of new GTRs. But yeah, it was really nice to see a lot of the other privately owned cars that have showing up, and there's a really cool S14 just going by right now. So I think that kind of thing was a little bit more interesting this time around. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite car of ours meeting, and if you're new, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video. There's going to be a lot more events coming towards the end of the year, and then we're of course picking up in January from the Tokyo Auto Salon. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in the next video.